Howdy folks, thanks for tuning in. Hope y'all doing okay today. So, last night, this was interesting. Was the first night since I've worked where I work where I packed an overnight, well, second night. First time I went to a meeting, but this was the second time, or the first time due to weather, I packed an overnight bag. We had already had 4 to 6 inches of snow, and they were forecasting 4 to 6 more inches. Even 8 to 10 in some places in the state. So I packed an overnight bag just in case. And I told my wife, I'm like, look, you got to be up real early in the morning, so I'm going to let you check the roads out where we live, because that's where I was worried is, little 2-lane roads I got to use coming home. They hadn't received a lot of attention. So I told her, I'm like, you let me know you've got a better car than I do for this kind of stuff, you'll be able to get in and out okay. And she was struggling to get up our driveway and back out, and she had a little bit of problem on the 2-lane roads. They hadn't been touched that much before, and then we got more snow dumped on top of them. And I said, okay, well, you've driven my car, you hadn't driven it in bad weather, but you've driven a small front-wheel drive car in bad weather. Could you drive that car down those roads? She said, no, I couldn't do it. I'm like, well, I'm a little bit better of a driver than you, especially in this kind of stuff, but one of two things would happen. Either I'd make it or I wouldn't. And I didn't really want a chance ending up in a ditch or whatever, so I'd actually stayed in a hotel that actually does work with my business when there's issues like this. And my wife, I even called her again and said, hey, would you consider me stupid, brave, or ignorant to try this? She goes, kind of stupid. I'm like, okay, I'll stay home, or I'll stay up here. So I stayed right up next to my work last night, and got a hotel room. It was weird because I talked to the guy at the front desk, and he's like, hospitality industry's been turned on its ear with COVID. He had a really nice guy. I got to talk to him we probably talked for 20 minutes. He was going through a system update, so he couldn't check me in because it's, 5 in the morning and no one's there. So that's when they set that system update to take effect. But we talked about a little bit of everything. Really nice guy. And he said that, the hospitality industry actually isn't, to his knowledge, in the same place for vaccines as other essential businesses that are, consumer facing. So say like a retailer or grocery. He said we're not in the same place on that line, to my knowledge. We haven't been mentioned, and we were never shut down by mandate. He's like, certain businesses shut down out of either an abundance of caution or due to a lack of business, where it was just cheaper to lock the hotel up, turn the lights out for a few weeks until they started getting demand for business. So anyway, stayed the night in the hotel for the first time in almost 2 years. Last time I was in a hotel was summer of 2019 when I was on vacation. Stayed the night in the hotel. This was a pretty new construction, a very nice little place, and it was very convenient because I didn't have to stress getting home down these back roads, which thankfully now they've been hit. This isn't too bad. My wife said that there was one set of tracks in and one set of tracks out, and she's like, I can't tell you where the road is, so you might end up getting run off the road into the ditch if you meet someone. And I'm like, I'll just stay home, or I'll just stay up here. So, anyway, I reckon that's what I got. But, yeah, it was just interesting because I've always had that mindset that if it's ever bad enough, I'm not even going to come home because I don't want to end up in a ditch or in an accident. So, and it took me, this hotel's 2 miles away from work, and it took me, call it 30 minutes to get there with the traffic and with bad weather, because there were 3 accidents right out in front of work last night. So, anyway, I'm off of here, folks. Y'all stay safe. Take care. Thanks for tuning in. Catch y'all next time.